have this kind of old school approach to creating clothes, and I feel that there's a really room for it in the range of designers that we have in our area.
Hello and welcome to the store and studio of Mark Kenley, Domino Tan. We're going to speak to him about circularity, about tailoring, and about the craft behind his clothing. Hello, Mark.
Hello.
Let's talk a bit about circularity and about how you're able to incorporate that into your brand values and also into your designs.
Circularity, of course, is a very challenging and complex thing, definitely when you work with a brand the size as mine. If we can create like some kind of emotion or attachment from between the wearer and the actual garment, that can make sure that the garments will last longer and will stay in people's wardrobe for a longer period. And that of course will create like minor waste and give the products a longer lifetime.
Now, talking about putting value back into the clothing, obviously it has to do a lot with education, because if the consumer, the buyer, the wearer doesn't understand the handcraft behind the garment, it's really hard to value it. What are some of the ways that you're able to educate your buyers and wearers about the clothing they're wearing?
There's many layers and many levels of educating our wearers. In general, we aim to create or keep a very high level of craftsmanship, making sure that we always have elements of the craft present in the collection, within tailoring, within the way we make our fabrics, embroidery techniques, making sure to keep those elements in the collection at all time. Then it's also about how the process, like a general process of creating a garment. For me, I'm taught in a quite old school kind of way. I've worked in houses that have been working in a very specific way for many years. So we work a lot with the clothes. We sample a lot of times. We use a lot of time on fitting, making sure that the fit is right. We create all our own fabrics with suppliers mainly in Europe. So we make an effort to maintain the craft within each garment.
You mentioned the size of your brand. Why is that an issue as to adapting to circularity? For folks out there that don't understand how size is also related to circularity, of course.
I'm making a choice that makes sure that we can create a garment that I believe has the value that can make the attachment to the wearer, and of course hopefully they will wear it and make them stronger, make them whatever they need to feel when they wear the clothes. I think that's the only way I can approach it with my size, because I don't manufacture a lot. I don't do like thousands of each piece. I don't have a lot of yards of fabric, so I have limited kind of manpower to say to specific manufacturers or whatever that you need to do it like this or this, or we won't do it, to maintain a contact with each garment, because if we are a huge company, it would be very difficult for me to aim all the way around. I know who produced our button. I chose it myself. We carved it ourselves. I know the fabric. I know the weaver. So that's why when people buy something from us, they have my stamp that I have been touching each point of the way to create this garment.
When we talk about putting value back into things, for example, in the food process, if you don't understand fermenting, then it's just a pickle. And do you also realize that the users, the consumers out there, have a lot to learn. Are you noticing that there are questions that are being asked that you maybe didn't even imagine people wouldn't know about?
Definitely, definitely.
What, for example?
Yeah, we see it a lot, like people with washing, you know. That's one of the most asked questions here in the store is like, can I wash it or can I not? We're launching now very soon, like a care mending service on our website. We can actually offer the customer to kind of wash and maintain a piece of garment if it's lensed, if it's a knitted sweater, you know, it have peeling or it have thread pull out or there's a small holes or something we can mend, and we can actually make it as new again, and then it's done for you.
What are some of the key things that you as a designer have to think about to increase the longevity through just the way it's shaped, it fits, and it looks?
The fit is definitely one of the main things, and then of course it's the material, the fabric that you choose. Does it have the longevity? Does it has the ability to be worn a lot of times? You cannot have one coat, wear it for 15 years, and then you can hand it down for generations. That's not how it works. But there is ways where you can maintain your garments for a longer time by not throwing it on the floor, make sure that it's hanged properly, not if there's some garments that doesn't take to be soaked wet. You know, there's things, you know, wearing an umbrella, things like this, things like that. Basics that you need to do, of course. Some people have to kind of re-experience what it is to actually have a garment that has a value. You may be spared some money to actually be able to buy this piece of garments. You also have to take care of it. I think that's a big part of it as well. I think when you think of fashion in Copenhagen and Denmark, you're thinking of streetwear, you think of this very easy wear, kind of, you know, girl on a bike wearing sneakers. But we also have this element of like really well kind of crafted pieces together with those very sporty and easy to wear items. So I think definitely to having that background in tailoring is definitely where I make a different, I think, approach.